Hello everyone, welcome back to another weather forecast here by the Hurricane HQ. And today, all odds are currently on the northeast as we have a slight risk for parts of the northeast and mid-Atlantic. And before we start this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to never miss the next weather update. So as you can see on the Storm Prediction Center out here, we actually have a slight risk for severe weather, and this slight risk is for parts of upstate New York, most of eastern Pennsylvania, almost all of New Jersey, a lot of Maryland, a lot of north and central Virginia, northern Delaware, and the Washington, D.C. area is all included in that slight risk here. And this marginal risk, which surrounds the slight risk, it goes all the way down to Georgia there. So we could be seeing some severe weather from upstate New York, New Hampshire, and Vermont, all the way down to Virginia, Mississippi, and South Carolina, and Alabama. So now let's actually take a look at our tornado risk. So as you can see, we have a 2% chance of a tornado here in this 2% risk area. This extends, I would say, from upstate New York all the way down through New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and North Carolina. And we could be seeing tornadoes and maybe some water spouts in those regions. Here's our current wind risk here. You can see we have a 5% chance in this brown risk for some of those strong winds here. And then in this yellow region, we have a 15% chance for strong winds. And if we actually head to the west coast, you can see we have a 5% chance of some strong winds there also. And finally, our hail risk. And luckily, this potential severe weather outbreak in the northeast doesn't have any real risk for hail. Mostly just in parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Ohio. And another small area, 5% in the northwest U.S. Now, if you take a look at the populations exposed in this slight risk here, so you can see we have a lot of New York City in that slight risk there, and a lot of New Jersey, New York City, and you can see every black dot is like a lot of population. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it's basically saying that we have a lot of population in those regions, so that we really be looking out because we could be seeing very big amounts of people being exposed to this severe weather. Now, if we take a look at the National Weather Service's website, we'll refresh this. You can see not many watches and warnings are issued. We do have flash flood watches and advisories for a lot of North Carolina here. If we actually head back to the main page, we have a lot for North Carolina, Southern Virginia on a flash flood watch, and parts of Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey is also in that flash flood watch. And if we actually zoom into New Jersey here, we have some hazardous weather outlooks for the severe weather. This is basically everywhere except some parts of Connecticut, New York State, Long Island, and parts of southern New Jersey aren't in that, but everywhere to the west of this area is under a hazardous weather outlook for the severe weather threat. And we also have a few small craft advisories, which are also associated with the thunderstorms that could be in the area. Also, if we take a look at the west coast, we have a whole bunch of heat alerts and fire weather advisories and alerts. So definitely, if you're on the west coast, you gotta be careful for that fire weather. So basically, anywhere back here, you want to be careful. And we also have all those flood warnings in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas area. We have a lot of flooding near those rivers. So now we're going to take a look at the satellite here, and you can see this is the past few hours on the East Coast. You can see all of those clouds right there. That is associated with the severe weather that we're going to be seeing. Now, the line right now, which isn't as strong, is actually in this region right here. That is that line. It is starting to form. Over here, all these clouds are not associated with the actual line. So ahead of the line, we're going to start to see some clearing before it impacts the East Coast. If we take a look at some infrared imagery here, you could see a lot of that is being picked up more to the west in that line that's forming. We actually do have some severe thunderstorms offshore, or they're not severe, but there are thunderstorms offshore also. So we don't have to watch those, but luckily, hopefully we don't see anything in this region here. Now if we take a look at Weather Bell here, we're going to take a look at a few models. First, we're going to take a look at the NAM model, and then we're going to take a look at the HRRR. So the NAM model right here, let's take a look at CAPE. And if you don't know, CAPE is basically the instability in the atmosphere. So actually, we're going to zoom into the northeast right here, or should I say the mid-Atlantic. So you can see right now, this is just about right now-ish. Never mind. This is about right now. We're seeing some unstable air. A lot of unstable air, I would say, in North Carolina area. We have into 2,000 and getting up to 3,000 in some areas. So gotta watch it over there. We have a lot of instability also in Virginia. And ahead of this line of storms in this region over here, we have some unstable air. We also have some unstable air in Maryland, Delaware, and even to South Jersey. We are seeing some areas in South Jersey with some unstable air, maybe up to 1,000 CAPE, or should I say joules per kilogram. And you can see over the next few hours by 1 p.m. we're seeing a lot more joules per kilogram in Virginia and North Carolina here, and same with along this line here, and even going to New Jersey, we're going to be seeing CAPE over 1,000 over there. And you can see all of this unstable air is just going to actually move north. So you can see what happens in North Carolina is just going to flood into the more northern states like New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and Pennsylvania there. So you're going to see all that floods right through into New Jersey and Pennsylvania mostly, and then eventually will move out by tomorrow early morning hours. And then actually the unstable air will come back tomorrow. But we'll do another video on all that tomorrow. But today we have to watch out for all this unstable air that's going to be coming through, as we have a huge potential for severe weather, especially in these regions over here. We have the highest potential for severe weather. Basically anywhere within that slight risk right there. Now we take a look at the K index. You could see this is this is about right now. You could see we don't have any numerous storms popping up at the moment, but this is basically saying we could be seeing some storms popping up pretty soon. Maybe some numerous storms forming. It's just saying at the area. So you're gonna be seeing all of this goes up when we go into about like later hours of the day. You can see. We're going to be getting into the scale where we could be seeing numerous severe storms. Now if we take a look at the supercell composite, not really that high, but we could be seeing some supercells possibly forming. Same with significant tornado parameter. We do have a chance for some tornadoes, more just spin-ups, but again, we have to be looking out for those tornadoes, because there is a big chance, especially over here, that we are going to be seeing some tornadoes popping up. So we have to be really watching that pretty closely. Now if we take a look at the precipitation here, and note this is the NAM model. So just say this right here, you can see it does actually form a line right here. This line of storms, which most likely would be severe. Now, still, it's a little far out into the day, and these kind of things rapidly change. So you could see right here that this line is going to form, and then it might die, it might not. We will have to see if it dies or not, or when it will, because again, these things change very fast. But that is a pretty good looking line there, and if that does continue, it would move into New Jersey, New York City, all those more populated regions, and that would definitely cause a lot of issues. Now, if we take a look at the HRRR 3KM, we're just going to take a look at the precipitation model for this one right here. You can see this one is actually saying that we are going to be seeing a line forming in Pennsylvania and Maryland here. And that line is going to be forming and pushing into New Jersey, possibly bringing some lingering severe thunderstorms into New Jersey. So we have to be watching out for that. We could also see these really linger, especially over central Jersey. So we have to be looking out for severe weather in those regions, and especially a line in North Carolina and Virginia. There we have to look out in those areas too, as that line could be kind of almost, I wouldn't say stationary, but you could be seeing thunderstorms in the same area. So we really have to be watching out for severe storms coming up. I'm not going to really show all the other models, but I will just show CAPE real quick. What the HRRR is showing for CAPE. So you can see that, again, this is the measure of instability in the atmosphere, but you could see it's going to get pretty high. Not as high in North Carolina or anything, but it's going to get pretty high, maybe up to about 2,500 joules per kilogram. New Jersey, you're going to be like the second highest area for unstable air according to the HRRR, maybe up to about 2,000 joules per kilogram in south and central Jersey. So we have to be looking out for that. If we take a look at the wind shear, we have pretty high wind shear levels and they're going to linger over New Jersey especially. So Pennsylvania, New Jersey, you really have to watch out, and especially Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware, you also have to watch out because we're going to be seeing a lot of wind shear and a lot of favorable areas, and it's actually be a lot of wind shear here. So definitely going to watch out for that. But yeah, wind shear is really good for severe thunderstorm development and really bad for hurricanes. So remember, wind shear is a severe thunderstorm's friend. The K-index is showing maybe some numerous storms later today for parts, for everywhere basically. On here, we could be seeing some numerous storms. And if we take a look at one thing I would like to show real quick, actually dew points. Dew points need to be above 65 for thunderstorm favorability. I would say everywhere. You're going to be hitting 65 plus along here, so we could be seeing severe thunderstorms possibly all the way into Massachusetts and down. Those dew points are favorable for severe thunderstorms, and those will linger. So yeah. Anyway, that's actually going to wrap this video up. I want to thank everyone for watching, as it does mean a lot that everyone's watching. I definitely recommend you subscribe to the channel if you want to help the channel out. And also, if you want to chat with my weather community, we just passed 60 members on Discord. Our Discord server link is down below. We also have Twitter and Instagram pages where we post about the weather. Instagram, we usually post a little more about the Northeast, as that is where I'm located. But yeah, on Twitter, we post everywhere. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. And if anyone does have any further questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, please feel free to put them down below in the comment section, and I'll get back to you probably within an hour or two. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and have a nice day.